What's up, YouTube family? It's your girl Cymphany.
It's your boy Jordan.
And we back with another movie.
Today. We speaking on a subject. You want to tell them what that subject is? Because I ain't going to lie, I'm scared to talk about this one.
It's about Mr. Ye. Kanye West. Ye, because his name is Ye now. Legally Ye. My boy, my dog, he said what needed to be said.
Be careful how you talk, Cymphany. You don't want them knocking on our door.
I'm sorry. He said some things. That was your hand. Be quiet.
Boring.
He said some.
Anyways, he said some things. He said some things that were really
controversial,
suspicious, and controversial. He said something that could have went over a lot of people's head. We just want to share this. I don't know if y'all didn't see it yet, or if you did see it, but for those of y'all that didn't, roll the clip.
They try to suppress you, but that's how they try to categorize
They
you.
can't control me. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce.
But not you, man.
But they can't control me. You
Not
see, it
you.
ain't no name I won't name.
Exactly.
It's up.
Not you.
You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone and let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed.
Me too.
You understand?
Yeah. I'm Christian.
Michael Jordan, what about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing. Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand? They hit me. Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right? Had to write net worth 400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me.
That's more important thing in life.
That's the thing. You know what I'm saying? And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all Meek Mills, y'all Puffies, y'all Lil Boozy, none of these names, none of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right? But that means I can say whatever I want and not go to jail.
So as y'all see, he wasn't holding his tongue back here. That boy came with, he wanted smoke. And he said whatever he wanted to say. However, now I'm kind of nervous because, first of all, I heard what he said, but I was trying to push it to the back of my mind where he said that his mom was a sacrifice. I was trying to act like I ain't hear that part because I have questions about that. Like when he said that, was he aware of it? Or was this agreement made ahead of time? You know what I'm saying? Type of sacrifice. Like, was this sacrifice? Did they shake hands on it and agree on it ahead of time, or was this something that was, or are these things done without your consent? Because I've heard, that these things, some people are okay with it, especially if they feel like that family member or that friend is already knocking on, heaven gates or hell gates. They already about to go to sleep. I've heard some of these famous people will just use the person who already about to go anyway as like a safe haven because you was already gone. You know what I'm saying? But now when you hear about some of the stories that happened where somebody comes up missing or whatever, like, what is it though? Like, did you agree to this, or was this done without your? You know what I'm saying? Because if you're gonna say, they say, oh, we'll give you the world, but this is gonna have to happen. Then that tells you basically have that person's life in your hands. No, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
So, in reality, I can't speak for anybody else, but I can speak for the three people. I can speak for Ye, I can speak for Cosby, and I can speak for Michael Jordan. So Bill Cosby was about to do the most powerful move in the world. He's about to buy a network, and everybody would have had to been putty in his hand. That's not what they wanted. So what they did was they took something away from him so that he couldn't. That way, because at that point, if you take something away from somebody, then they're not gonna want whatever it was they were trying to do in to begin with. Because now they have to deal with and go through the grieving process of the very thing that you took away from them.
Right.
But now again, you're saying that you've heard stories where people do it to the people that is already, but 9 times out of 10, they do it to the people that you also love the most.
Right.
So, in actuality, if they know that you really love your mom, they know that you really love your children, right? Because again, we all love our parents. And for those of us who got kids, we all love our kids. So they're gonna take something away from you because, and not only do they, but here's the thing: this is not also coming from a standpoint of saying that they did it because he wanted it. Because what he said was, even if you deny them, they still gonna do it, and they're gonna do it to the people that you love the most. If you deny them,
Right.
if you say no, then they're still gonna do it. So it's either you say yes and you still have to go through it, or you say no and you still got to go through it. Because at that point you took his mom. So what does he have left at that point? He don't got nothing left. So what is he gonna do? He gonna turn around, he gonna say yes, because now you done took everything away from him. So you left him with no choice. Like the situation with like Cosby and Michael Jordan, there was somebody, I'm not telling y'all who, because y'all ain't gonna catch me like that, okay? I had somebody tell me the exact story of what everything that happened, the way that it happened. So don't think because it just lets you know they thought that they can stop him by taking his son, and they couldn't because he didn't stop going after it. But you know what they did do? What ended him up in jail at 90-something years old. He's already 99 years old. What more do you want from him? Y'all don't want him to take over, because that's what was gonna happen with Cosby. He's gonna take over. He was about to take over television, bro. NBC is a strong, powerful network. That's one of the biggest ones. Let's call it spade a spade. All y'all goofy people keep buying Jordans. For what? Because they all look the same, to be honest. Just different colors. Ain't nothing fancy about Jordans. And there are times where he could drop ugly Jordans, and y'all still be with it to go and line up and kill each other over it. And even that is playing into the hands of these said people that nobody ever speaks about. So we have to stop this whole thing of it's not real. It's not real. Yes, it is. It's 100% real. Because and they have to say that it's not real. They have to say that it's not real. They have to.
There's multiple ways. Okay, first of all, this is a power thing. So, you don't just have to do it to like it's not always just for that part type. There's different types of trying to hold leash over someone's throat. You know what I'm saying? There's different type of ways of like holding leverage. And, but the thing is, I can't sit here and act like some of these people, they do it by choice. They do it by choice. They do it to themselves. And see, that's why off rip, I have many questions. You know what I'm saying? I'm happy and thankful that, he came out and said it without fully saying it. You know what I'm saying? Because you can tell he was sharing information, but he wasn't trying to share it all the way. However, I have questions because of the fact that, you say, oh, my mom was a sacrifice. How did you know that? I got so many questions, and I have questions with many people, but since he's the one, he's the only person that I can talk to right now because, we're obviously responding to his comments. How did you know this? How did you find this out? Was there, because a lot of the times, like I said, this is they have these discussions ahead of time. And he's not the only person though who because there's somebody else. I'll pull up a whole clip of somebody who basically was like, yo, I had no choice. They said this or they said that. So discussions happen. So it's not always just something that's just hit upside the head because you decided to make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Maybe if you make it without discussing it with them first, you know what I'm saying? But a lot of the times, no, we can do it all for you. If you want this, I can give it to you.
My thing is that my thing is that the way that he loves his mom, I have a hard time believing that he.
Wasn't his mom already sick?
Nah, his mom was going through plastic surgery.
And nobody had documentation of his mom, like something already being wrong with her.
I don't remember it, because I do know that they were both in a car accident together. I believe, if I'm not mistaken.
But that's what I'm saying. You gotta be careful, because some of the times they make these decisions. Or, okay, let's say they didn't use somebody, like they didn't put somebody's life on the line, right? Still, you had a decision to make. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, they make these decisions. Not all the time is it something that happened against their will, but sometimes it's something they chose to do themselves. You know what I'm saying? So now I'm 100%. I stand behind what Ye is saying, but it's like I have to ask you questions first before I jump on this little bandwagon, or I co-sign, or I say, yeah, go Ye. You know what I'm saying? I have questions. You know what I'm saying? I respect you, and I thank you for coming out and speaking the truth, because a lot of these other people, especially the people that he named, they won't say nothing. They be throwing shots in their songs. They'll say little hints here and there, while all the dummies, you know what I'm saying, even the older generation be sitting there listening to these lyrics, singing along. But then when you say, hey, you heard that part? Oh, shut up, it's a conspiracy. Okay, well, why is it that everybody keeps making it's a conspiracy, but they all say the same thing pretty much? I'll pull up and if I really care, I'll pull up clips from different rappers, and he named 3 of them, and they basically co-signed what he just said. You know what I'm saying? So how is it a conspiracy? Let me tell you something. Y'all ever heard the saying of, you know what I'm saying, every joke holds a little bit of truth? Well, this is exactly that. A lot of the times, yes, rappers are known for lying about what it is that they're rapping about. You know, they just rapping, but sometimes it's not always cap. In some way, shape, or form, there's a little bit of truth in it. It's not all just fiction. But I get it. Like he was really close with his mom or whatever. But it's just I don't know. You know what I'm saying? What if it just wasn't his decision? We don't. There's a lot of things we don't know.
But you can't say that when it comes to. But in reality, because he didn't name, like he named Michael Jordan and he named Bill Cosby. Bill Cosby was still not over the world. Clearly he wasn't, which is why he went to jail, because he didn't sign. He didn't say yes. Like, you, after the Cosby Show, the only thing that you ever knew of Bill Cosby is the Cosby Show, and it's a different world because that's his show too. So you can't say. So I have a hard time believing that.
I get it. Like, not everybody is gonna make that decision, but
I know. But what I'm saying is, because let's think about it, right? When it came to Ye, he blew up realistically with the relationship with Jay, and when they did that album, that's to me when he had the peak of his career for real. When he did that album with Jay. Now, when he did that album with Jay-Z, was that the time that his mom died? Because remember, the song that spoke on the car accident, that was Through the Wire. That was way before he did the album with Jay-Z. So when did he do the album with Jay-Z, and when did his mom pass away? So, like I said, could he have known? Yes. Do we know 100% if he knew? No, we don't. But clearly but the other thing is, but I know, like you said, like you've heard certain stories about it. Like if that happens, right? Do they tell them that that's what it was? Let's say if they didn't come up with that agreement and they still did something like that, do they tell them that was what that was?
All right, let me tell you something. So in some of these gangs, some of these big known gangs like mob ties and all that stuff, especially blood gang, one of the things to get in is taking somebody's life. Whether that be somebody or somebody, but somebody gotta go. It's part of a ritual. You know what I'm saying? Mm. So don't put it past these big famous people, because smaller people who nobody gives a damn about are doing the same thing. It's part of a ritual. You're getting rid of somebody. Somebody gotta go. It's part of it. That's how you get in. If you don't do it, you're not getting in. Just like, how you be having to get, you heard how they got to get jumped to get in? It's steps. It's stupid, but it's steps. I never really understood the whole taking somebody's life thing, but yes, I heard, I'm saying? I'm not no gang member or nothing, but I've definitely heard from various people who claim their blood and rock the flags out in the middle of the street. They say, you know, that's part of a ritual. It's part of a ritual. Taking somebody's life is part of the ritual. Whether that person has to do the killing, which is what Ye said, I never did that. You know what I'm saying? But don't put it past them. Y'all understand something? These people in the beginning, even when they make it and we see them and we hear their music, sometimes they didn't fully make it yet. These people are broke. They ain't got nothing going for themselves. You know what I'm saying? They from the projects. They from, you know, living on Section 8. You know, they ain't got nothing. They have nothing. You know, nobody cares about their existence, or even if somebody cares about their existence, that nobody's changing the reality that they live in, and so they got to do something to change that reality. It's just how far are you willing to go? You see what I'm saying? How far do you want to make it? Do you really want to do you want to make it for real? You know what I'm saying? And you can get there, but it's gonna come with a price. You sell that's where the whole selling your soul thing comes from. I think when people hear the terminology, oh, sell your soul, I think most people just think it's like, oh, you know, like you legit pray and sell your soul. Like there's selling your soul can be broken out in many different ways. Selling your soul can just it can be explained in many different, you know, types of explanations. But this is why, again, I'm saying that sometimes this decision, all right, again, if a regular person is willing to take a life, he ain't never killed nobody before. Killing people ain't even, he never held a gun in his life, you know what I'm saying, let alone a butter knife. And then now you telling him you got to kill somebody to join these people, especially these young people, they're willing to do that. They're willing to do that just to prove they one of them. They one of the guys. They one of the gang. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'm saying, you know, now, okay, let's change the stakes. Instead of just to join a gang, you're joining a gang, a society that's going to promote you further. You see what I'm saying? That's why, for me, it's just, I want to know, I have to know, was this by choice or not? Because it's a lot of people who come out on interviews, you know, or in the middle of their song, they say they did it. Without saying they did it, but they say, yeah, I wanted it. You know what I'm saying? I wanted it. Not all the time is it going to be a loved one, but yeah, I wanted it. And so this is what I had to do to get it. Like, I don't know. But without that or whatever, forgetting that, I commend him for, you know, speaking on something that nobody is really, you know, trying to speak on. Everybody just trying to whisper it. Ain't nobody really yelling it out like he just yelled it out. You know what I'm saying? These are some dark days we living in, and it's about time people start listening, because every time you start saying the truth, they'll call you stupid. You know, you speak, or bipolar. You know, yeah, bipolar, or
he's having an episode,
whatever they want to label it. What I've come to realize about society, and I tell Cymphany this all the time, when society knows you have any issue whatsoever, whether that be physically, mentally, you know what I'm saying, financially, whatever it is, people will use your problems as a way to not take accountability. If you know, I just argued with somebody up the street, and, you know, or I just came from work and I told you how I was arguing with my boss. You know what I'm saying? I was arguing with a coworker, and I came home and, you dropped my PS5 controller on the floor or whatever, and it cracked. I don't know. I'm just coming up with something. And I get mad at you. You know what I'm saying? Some people will like to say, you know, ever since you got in this argument, or don't take your anger out on me because you was arguing with such and such. You know what I'm saying? That's a way of dodging accountability rather than just saying, oh, I did what I did. I don't really understand a smart person, but then when somebody really starts saying what needs to be said, they get labeled as this and that and the third. What if homie's mama didn't die? Yes, since his mama died, now all of a sudden he bipolar or whatever. How does that work? How does that work?
Apparently people are saying that he did say that he was bipolar.
Okay.
But either way, you're taking that and saying, like, and pretty much using it to your advantage. So, pretty much trying to say that that's what's happening. But in reality, because of the fact that you are afraid to talk about it, or because you don't want to admit it, or whatever the case may be, that that's the case. But in actuality, no. But it's cool. At the end of the day, I'm glad that he's speaking up for it, that he's breaking out of the cycle of having to hide himself behind, whatever it is. And he's speaking on that topic, on that subject, whatever the case may be. If, whatever it is that we want to say, if, his mom knowing about it, not knowing about it, whatever the case may be, are those questions that people probably have who actually heard what he said? Yes, but he is basically coming out and admitting something that literally just put his life on the line.
That's the other thing. I'm happy he came out and in broad light and said it, because now it's like if something was to happen to him, you know why. Right? You know why.
And you would have to be an idiot.
You would have to be an idiot. Yeah, I don't want to hear no more. Or in denial. Yeah, I don't want to hear no.
Because you're so this is not real. It's a conspiracy theory.
I don't want to hear none of. I don't want to hear no. Oh, he's sick. He was a sick person. If they ate, because they're, what I'm saying, people love to make it sound like, oh, they overdosed, or it was a suicide. They quit to make it seem like that, or it was a car accident. No. But knowing how the media tries to label Ye as right now, I'm 100% sure that they're going to try to label as, oh, he was taking drugs and we just didn't know about it, or something like that, bro. I don't want to hear none of that, because I don't want to hear the world talking about some, oh, see, I told you he was sick. I knew something was wrong with him. I been knew. No, bro. This is why I wish, if he did say that, oh, he was bipolar, I wish he never said it, because like I said, I don't know what it is. The world loves to use your problems against you rather than just taking accountability. The world would rather sit there and look stupid and rather be ignorant and be childish. You know what I'm saying? And it's more grown folks that do this than kids. Adults do this way more than kids do. Oh, you know what I'm saying? Ever since this happened or ever since that happened. Bro, no, put that aside. You just using that as a crutch. You're using that as a crutch. And what I don't understand is some of the same people that's like, oh, ever since his mom died, some of y'all moms died. So how is it, did you suddenly change and become a different person when that happened to you? You gotta really think about this. You're using it as a crutch and you think what you're doing is okay because you're doing it innocently. But think about it. You think every time I make a comment, I want to hear my mom died? Y'all, some of y'all heartless, bro. Y'all do it, and y'all be putting comments thinking, "Oh, I'm righteous and I'm holy and I'm a nice person." No, bro, that's sour. That's terrible. That is terrible. You're legit every time. Oh man, he misses his mom. That's a reminder. You're driving him crazy. Every time we scroll through his comments, he's seeing something about his mom. Come on, bro. That's not right, man. I pray he stays safe. I pray he stays safe.
Like he said, God got him. So
God got him.
That means he got his life back in order to the way that it, that's what I'm hoping that, he got back right with God and everything. But I do pray for him.
Yeah.
I hope everything's okay with him. But, just stop believing the hype and stop believing when people say no to this and no to that. Because it's a yes to every single one of those things. That was risky of him. Because not only did he bring it up, but he name dropped.
I don't really got nothing else to say.
Nope.
I hope y'all be safe, man. With that being said, if you like today's video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and turn on those post notifications so you don't miss the next upload, man. You don't want to miss it. With no further ado,
we'll see you guys in another video. Bye.
Bye.